last episode, we traveled together between the islands in the Andaman Sea. We had some good night outs on the party island of Phi Phi and made a quick stop over on Koh Lanta before changing our plans and going back to the mainland again. Parting ways with my friends, I'm now traveling solo and cross the country by minivan to get to the Gulf of Thailand to visit two of the islands again we had been to years ago.
Ja, in der Hoffnung auf besseres Wetter habe ich jetzt eine Nacht in Suratani gepennt und gleich kommt mein Shuttle und bringt mich dann zur Fähre nach Koh Phangan.
It is just a short 1.5 hour ride to get to the island, where a little surprise was waiting for me.
Ja, hier habe ich gebucht. Und das Ding ist zu. Ja, stattdessen habe ich jetzt ins Bodega eingecheckt und witzigerweise war ich da auch schon gebucht und habe schon bezahlt. Thong Sala.
After dropping my bags, I walked into the heart of Thong Sala, the main town on Koh Phangan. Like any other town in Southeast Asia, they have a night market.
Bin nicht ganz sicher, was es ist, aber es sieht aus wie Paradewagen oder so. Welcome to Koh Phangan.
I strolled around the area for a while and watched through the office of the different street vendors and fashion shops. Later that evening, I went to a place recommended to me in a Facebook group. Retro Mountain is famous for its chilled vibe and amazing electro events. But since it is in the middle of the jungle, you have to jump on a Songtao or motorbike to get there. And back home from there again.
Ich bin ja mit zum Motorbike-Taxi gefahren. Mit 80 Sachen ohne Helm. Holy fuck. Keine Ahnung, ob man es sieht, aber das ist ein Glühwürmchen. Ich glaube, ich bin der einzige Gast in diesem Hostel. Guck mal, was hier los ist, Alter. Alles tot. Rosiger Partyhostel. Warte, hör kurz. Genau, nix. Ja, und wie immer, ne? Regen. Strahlender Sonnenschein am nächsten Morgen.
The next morning, I wanted to check out the beach nearby, so I walked the short path from the hostel to find a beach I had completely to myself. After relaxing for a few hours, I found a nearby coconut storage and a local fisher pier.
Wird der Fisch getrocknet.
My initial plan was to walk all the way to Hadrin, but after more than 2/3 of the way, a horde of angry monkeys convinced me that without a scooter I shall not pass. So I returned to my hostel, where a group tour of G-Adventures had just checked in. And with them, the standard set of party,
It's mango!
and drinking games. So it didn't take long for the vibe to change a bit. We danced the whole evening, more them than me to be fair, and I really enjoyed meeting some new people.
Die Doggos wissen gar nicht, was abgeht. Meine erste Schlange in Thailand. Irgend so eine grüne. Koh Phangan haben wir erst abgehakt. Ich fahre jetzt mal rüber nach Koh Tao und schaue, ob da ein bisschen mehr los ist.
I took an early ferry to Koh Tao, which is only a short 1 hour ride away. The word Tao means turtle, and so you can find turtle figurines and depictions all around the island. Most commonly known to be one of the best places in the world to obtain a cheap party diving certificate, I also remembered it for being very liberal and laid back.
Bisschen Ganja.
Evening, I took a walk along the oceanfront promenade and simply enjoyed being back again. To me, the island seemed to have lost none of its charm. It feels like a true paradise, and people over here are just overwhelmingly relaxed, with beaches in all directions that guarantee proximity to the Emerald Sea no matter where you choose to stay. Further inwards on the island, you have beautiful views over the ocean, and there are several viewpoints to overlook it. One of them I plan to visit the upcoming day. So I returned to the hostel at around midnight and called it a night.
Erstmal locker 15 cm oder so. Wie geil. Er frisst den ganzen räudigen Scheiß. Mücken.
I woke up early the next morning and climbed the steep walk up to the Deja viewpoint, which overlooks Chalok, Bangkok and Freedom Beach in the distance. I enjoyed the views for a while before walking back to the center of the town. I couldn't help myself but felt the need to return to Sari Beach after such a long time. Due to it being the main beach along the walking promenade, depending on the season it can become quite crowded. And where there are humans, there sadly is trash. Fortunately, some people have dedicated volunteer projects to keep the beach clean. In the evening, I went to the fishbowl bar with a girl I met in the hostel to enjoy a frozen daiquiri at the beachfront. The next day, I decided I wanted to go and see what the area had become we stayed in 6 years ago. I managed to find our old hostel.
Guck mal, kennst du das noch, Ernsten? Hier war doch unser Dorm. War das nicht hier?
And even our dorm from back in the day still exists. Though Thailand has been heavily hit by the pandemic, huge parts of the country seem to have recovered quite quickly and tourism was surely coming back again.
Da ist das 7-Eleven, bei dem wir immer waren. Der hat allerdings die Pandemie nicht überlebt, leider. Der ist geschlossen worden.
It's up for debate whether a closed 7-Eleven store is a bad omen or in consequence helps increasing a local shop owner's income instead. Another attempt of increasing tourist numbers again was the recent legalization of cannabis.
Das sind Bäume, die jetzt züchten, ne?
In case you wondered about all these ganja plants and weed sellers everywhere, since legalized on the 9th of June in 2022, Thailand has developed a vibrant cannabis culture. Being in the country just 4 months after the legalization, I was pretty surprised by the amount of shops and sellers as well as the variety of mostly American strains being offered. At times, it felt like there were more weed dispensaries than 7-Eleven. So you do not need to search long for a legal high, you will literally see weed shops and sellers everywhere. I met up with the female solo traveler from the hostel again, and together we went to the beach to see one of the fire shows Thailand is so famous for. On the next day, Victoria and I decided to just go to Sari Beach for some hours and relax.
Isn't that cute? Somebody come.
On the way back, we watched some dogs in life jackets bringing cargo from their owner's boat back to the shore. It's astonishing what dogs can be trained to do. On the walking promenade, we were approached by some lovely Thai people who invited us to see the Cabaret show in the evening. We even ran into one of the guys that was traveling with the G Adventures tour, and so Manuel joined us on our idea, and together we enjoyed the performance. As audience, or even participants.
You're about to come to my bungalow at Rosalie. Maybe tonight?
Yeah, with you.
With me? Okay. Yeah, okay. After that, fishball.
Das Schiff heißt wirklich Deine Mutter. Wird wohl eine deutsche Tauchschule oder so sein.
Today was already going to be my last day on Koh Tao, so I kind of just did all over again what I had been doing the last days. It is the same spectacle every day either way, beach or diving, bar, fire show. The next day, we took the speedboat to the mainland and another bus to ride all the way up to Bangkok again.
Nach 4 Wochen wieder in Bangkok. 4 Tage noch. Und dann geht's nach Laos.
Arriving there in the evening hours, I made my way over Khao San Road to my accommodation for the night. Though absurdly touristy, this area has a magical attraction to me. I get the feeling that everything is possible again, that I had when I arrived here 6 years ago for my very first backpacking trip. This is where my fascination for Southeast Asia really began, a world so different in each and every aspect to the one I know back home.
Sogar die Spatzen suchen Schatten hier. Hier wird's tuk-tuk direkt am Fluss gewaschen.
Ever since I had been to Thailand, I wanted to go back again, do all this all over again. Make these crazy experiences, meet these extravagant characters along the road, and make precious memories again. So here I was, and with the first leg of my trip now ending, I decided to meet up with Victoria again to do a riverboat cruise on the Chayo Phraya and visit the majestic temple Wat Arun. time, it was Halloween, and living in Bangkok never really gets boring since there is always something going on or new to explore around every corner. And tradition meets absurdity quite frequently. I made my way home after an amazing day and had agreed on meeting back with Victoria to explore the area of Sukhumvit together on the upcoming day. Here we are in a part of Bangkok that is way less touristy and more centered around the locals' needs and traditions.
Little turtles.
Such as releasing an animal for good karma, health or fortune. When we got back to our accommodation in the evening, we witnessed a photo shooting taking place by the pool. The photographer from Hong Kong asked us to take some pictures of us for educational purposes. We agreed.
Bangkok fühlt sich so anders an hier.
My time in Thailand was coming to an end for now, and I'm leaving with mixed feelings again. But ahead lies so many wonderful new places, experiences to make and people to meet. Countries I had dreamt of visiting for years and now was about to let that become a reality.
Morgen gehen 30 Tage Thailand zu Ende und wir fliegen weiter nach Laos.
After spending an entire month in Thailand, it was now time for me to travel on. To a new country, with new impressions, new smells and new adventures. I visit some of the most beautiful waterfalls in all of Southeast Asia, and I do the infamous tubing in Vang Vieng. So come along as I experience Laos as a first-time visitor and see the country with my own eyes in the next episode of Vagabond.